What is going on, everybody? This is AJ Capasso here, host of Talking with the Source, and I'm actually here with all three hosts of Talking with the Source. This is like the coolest day ever. So first, go ahead and introduce yourself, the normal guy on the top.
It's Robin from Hoffer and Paranormal on Talking with the Source.
See, guys, this is what I deal with because you guys don't know. Go ahead, Steve-O.
Hashtag dipshit.
Steve-O from My Journey Paranormal / S&K Paranormal.
Awesome. Go ahead, Doug.
And it's your boy Todd from Relatively Paranormal Equipment. What more could you want?
Hey, Todd, for real quick, give a shout out to Relatively Paranormal Equipment. Let the viewers know what it is and where they can get their stuff at.
Absolutely. We now have 3 shops, one on relativelyparanormal.com, one on eBay under Relatively Paranormal Equipment, and one on Etsy. It's a Relatively Paranormal Equipment shop as well. I believe the link is in the title. We specialize in 3D mapping cameras like the SLS and the version 2 SLS, otherwise known as the XLS. If you watch Ghost Hunters, we're probably one of the only people around selling it. All high quality, all complete, comes with everything, including video tutorials, video chat, tech support, whatever you need. My SLS is $295, and it is the highest quality one sold anywhere. The best one, I promise you. It is the same one I've been using for the last 2-3 years. And we have other items, night vision lights. We just got in a new item, K2 meters that I'm selling for $29.99. Put one button, easy ghost communication, and it's actually a nice K2 meter. And we work with Ghost Gear as well. I have his ultrasonic motion detector, which is like my favorite piece of equipment, and the 2-in-1 REM puck. REM device with motion detecting. Sweet device. All on Etsy or eBay, whichever your flavor is, whatever your choice is.
Well, you guys heard it first, man. Talking with the Source. You just got the whole rundown. Not even just the short version. You got the whole rundown, baby. I love it. Well,
if you go to the website too, I got product videos. So if you want to see videos on all the products, there's product videos. You can see them on investigations being used at relativelyparanormal.com, and there's a shop there if you want to buy too. So whatever you want to do.
Absolutely.
Max.
Yeah, Robin, he's got something wrong with him today, so nobody mind him. He likes to pet his cat and hold it like Austin Powers. It's okay. But anyway,
he's better looking than me. That's what it is.
Well, we knew that. Come on. No, I'm just joking. But anyway, we got 2 guests with us, man. I want to bring our guest in right now because I don't want to keep him in back any longer. The first guest I want to bring up is the consultant himself, paranormal consultant Matt Barron. Let me add him to the stream. What is up, Veracruz Podcast?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Matt? Long time no see.
Right? The podcast tour is here.
I love it. Well, hey guys, we got one more guest. I want to bring him on real quick. He is Brian Laverty of Hunophobia Canada. Let me bring him on. Mr. Founder himself.
Yeah. He is the godfather of paranormal.
That's what we call him.
I like it.
Right?
I like it.
Now, Brian,
so you got 2 special people on, the podcast whore and the Godfather Paranormal.
And the Godfather.
I don't like that, actually.
No? No. Okay. Well, anyway, Brian,
the podcast whore I don't like. The other thing I
Hey, Brian, let the viewers know where we are streaming from tonight. Good old Parapost 2, baby. Tell them a little bit about
Parapost International, number 2.
Parapost. Well, I call it Parapost.
And you know what? You know what I did? I shared it. I shared your show at Parapost International 2. Or you know what? You could take it to 2. It's just Parapost International. Basically, if people have not heard of it, it is the, I guess, cousin, brother, sister, whatever you want to say, to Parapost Network Central. And this is strictly going to be eventually, after a few months of being up, it's going to be nothing but international podcasts and live investigations. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, but the patrol has been added to the page, and they're going to start doing their live investigations on Parapost International. I love those guys. They're going to be on Through the Lens next weekend.
Sweet.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Actually, I just bought a new laptop to do live investigations, so maybe I'll start rolling that out too. I got a couple real nice investigations lined up in the next couple of months.
Oh, look who it is.
Look who it is, guys.
Hey.
We got
Speak of the devil, Parapost International.
I love it.
Parapost International is it's being helped run by these two lovely people, Sarah and Nando. And I said Sarah on purpose because she's the Nando. Great interview, Sarah. Great interview today. I watched your interview. It was great.
Yeah, well done. First one
Be back
back.
in 1
Yeah.
second.
Hey, Nando, how you in two places at once? I like
You know what? I made the comment just before we jumped in, and Sarah was like, "Come on, let's go." So I thought, "Come on, and we'll jump in and say hello to everyone."
Now, and I should also mention they are also helping run the Parapost Network Central as well. So they're helping with both pages.
Yeah, I've been headhunting.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the
Headhunting,
Mexicans?
yes.
Mexicans from New Mexico.
No,
We're getting there.
Well, there you go. Maybe you should reach out
The
to this guy.
Crossroads Paranormal.
Maybe you should reach out to Crossroads Paranormal. They're from Australia. See if
Will
they'd
do.
be interested in
Right.
doing lives on Parapost International. If you guys are interested, reach out to us.
Yeah, please do.
We'll send you a message after. We'll send you a message after the.
Get
the
your
podcast.
Absolutely.
definitely get your stuff out there more. Get more people watching, more viewers, more likes. Everybody wants that. So
Absolutely.
Come join the crazy gang.
Yeah, come join
Nando.
So, guys,
Man.
couple things I wanted to do tonight. There's a couple things I want to do tonight. I want to obviously have.
AJ, we don't know. We don't want to know what you're going to do tonight.
I think I got some bills. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh,
I got gift
Have to
cards.
PayPal you.
I have
Alright,
gift
so-
cards.
Oh, here we go. You guys are terrible, man. See what I deal with. So anyway, I want to have a little discussion. I also want to show some evidence from Todd's and from Steve-O, also, if we could, and anybody else who we could show some evidence too, if that's cool, you guys.
Oh, who left?
Cool. So that was Todd for a second. I'm just letting him get back on screen.
Okay.
But anyway, man. So tell me, has anyone had a recent investigation?
Not me. Not recently.
I was going to say, with the cold weather, it's been kind of tough for me too.
Me last week.
All right, tell us a little bit about it, man.
It was just an abandoned hotel in Wales.
Thanks for elaborating.
Bring up this comment from Jeff.
Yep, hold on 1 second. Coming.
There you go. What a perfect reason to get your lives on Parapost International. So hopefully Sarah will reach out to you and you guys can talk. And we'll get you on the page and get your investigations out there so people can see them here in North America, just not in Australia.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. It's great.
So, Brian, I wanted to actually ask you a quick question about global. If we could talk about that real quick, is that all right?
Yeah, sure. Can I answer the question? That's the burning question above, though.
Oh, please do. Yeah,
a ghost walks into a bar.
Oh, yes. Well, answer the question.
So he walked into the bar and he saw a bunch of ghost hunters and left.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's typical. That happens.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
I was actually expecting he drank all the booze. That's what I was expecting.
He saw a bunch of ghost hunters and left.
Yeah. See, I left it open-ended so everybody can make their own suggestions.
Nando, I don't think Nando understood what I was talking about. If you see the note above, it says the ghost walks into a bar. 500 locations in 7 months.
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding.
Done.
You are going to have a paranormal hangover for the next 2 years.
Right?
You've got nothing else to do with your time, my friend.
And I love it.
God bless him. That's all I got.
Exactly.
Where do I
Good on
sign?
you, Jeff. When I was
That's
down
dedication.
in the UK,
That is.
when I was in the UK with Nando and Sarah and Lex and all them, we did what 11 investigations in 14 days, and I slept for 7 days. I can't imagine what that's going to be like. Good Lord.
Yeah.
God
Where do I
bless
sign
you.
up?
That's all I got to say.
That is wild.
And if you don't catch one single thing in those 500 locations, you might want to reevaluate how you investigate. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you think? I would say so.
They just drive by them. They don't even stop. They just drive
Yeah.
by. Anyone
Yeah.
here? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all. No, that's incredible. That's a lot of locations.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm going to pull up some things. I want to ask you guys a question. What is some of the most, I'm going to go through each one of you, but what is one of the most profound responses that one of you guys have gotten through, say, a spirit box session, say on in a location or elsewhere? What is your main one that you can remember? I'm going to go with Robin first.
Just on my Celebrity Cemetery series, every single one of them has come out crystal clear. It's just, I don't know if you can show them on your computer.
Yeah, I'm actually pulling them up.
The Cilla Black one and the Joe Longthorne one, my God.
Okay, so which
and
one?
I started this thinking it wasn't going to work.
Yeah. So is it a short video or is it a?
They're shorts.
Okay. Let me pull this up on here. Share this. Pull up another person in a second. Who else is on here? Hold on 1 second.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. What Eric said.
That. Yeah.
Don't drink with ghosts. They can't handle their booze.
All right, guys. Can you see this? Or no, it didn't come up yet. Sorry.
No, not yet, brother.
Sorry, my apology.
You're good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That is.
Yeah, right. All right, so you got to get used to this whole using a computer again. It's wild. All right, look at that ugly puss right there. All right, anyway.
Who's that? That's when I dyed my hair blonde.
Yeah, a little Eminem going there. Hi, my name is. Sorry. Anyway.
Slim Shady.
Hi, Dante, Ava, and Eric. Are you still here with us? Hi, Dante, Ava, and Eric. Are you still here with us?
Very nice.
Yeah, I'll play it one more time just so everyone else can hear it at home. Go ahead.
Hi, Dante, Ava, and Eric. Are you still here with us? Hi, Dante, Ava, and Eric. Are you still here with us?
That's beautiful.
That's an awesome
That's
capture right there.
Nice and clear. Love it.
Yep, definitely. Now, Rob, do you have more on here too?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I got one. Video. I can show you two as well.
All right. Yeah, we'll pull you up next. Here, you want to know what, Robin? We'll show one of each, and then we'll talk about them. Let me go to Brian's real quick.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got him set up here. I can just share my screen.
Go, Brian, go. I love it. I don't even got to do anything. I love this.
Did I just see Huntophobia Fortnite?
No.
I was gonna say
you definitely do not see that.
I thought I saw it in the search bar. I was like, Huntophobia Fortnite, really?
Wait, we got Jen with us. Where is she? Oh, Jen!
Oh shit! Now this is a party.
Now we have a party.
Woo! Hi, I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah. Okay, so a little bit of a backstory on this. Just a tiny bit of a backstory. I'm going to show you these two clips. This is probably some of the best SP7s that I captured. I've captured a lot, but these ones are really stand out. This was outside the streaming tunnel where a little girl was killed or died in this tunnel. And so we were about 200, 300 yards from the tunnel, and we were in this field looking for a house that supposedly was burnt down that she was involved in. And so I was asking the SP7 if they can help us find it because the foundation is supposedly still there. And supposedly the foundation is amazing, that you can probably, get a lot of captures. The energy is incredible. And this is what we captured. Let me just rewind this. I'm going to turn it up just a touch. And here we go. Can you help us find it? You'll never find. That just said you'll never find it. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, female. Yeah.
Also heard your name in there too.
Here we go again.
Also heard your name in there too.
Can you help us find it? You'll never find it. That just said you'll. So that one was cool, but this one is this one's even better. No, it says it's like near the middle. It said you'd never find it. Now,
when you said
here,
when you said can we find it or can you tell us, and you can hear her saying no.
Can you help us find it?
I heard at the 5-second mark. I heard your name.
Yeah, I heard your name too.
Yeah. Here's another one that's really, really super cool. Let me just. Can you help? Oh no, that's not it. Sorry, that's the exact same one. So the one that I'm trying to find, this is. Just hold on. Give me a minute here. I'll try to find it. But the second one that I'm going to show you is it behind us or is in front of us? And then you hear what it says. So let me find it. And I think this is it right here. No, that's not it. Give me a minute and I'll find it. You guys can continue.
You're muted, brother.
Am I?
No, AJ was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. I was just saying, if you want, I'll pull up mine while I'm waiting. So.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
So, Steve-O, I'm going to pull up yours real quick. Is there anyone specifically that you want me to play?
Just pick anyone, I guess. Whatever's there.
Okay. They're all short clips. So, yeah, I could do that. That's no big deal. All right, cool. Let me add this to the stream, and we'll pick a video. Probably just let me know when you're ready, and we'll do it. All right, guys. So we're gonna do.
Yeah,
which
I
one?
got it. I got it.
You got it. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I got it.
All right,
okay, so let me share this. Are you guys having trouble hearing it?
No.
No, it's fine.
Okay, here we go. So let me rewind it. Sorry, it's a little bit dark, but you definitely hear it. Which way do I go? Point me in the right direction. Do I go straight or is it the other side? What does that mean? What is the other?
Which
way do I go?
It's the other side.
Point me in the right direction. Do I go straight or is it behind me? The other side.
That is clear.
Great
So
catch.
basically what that meant was, and we found out in the chat, because we were doing a TikTok live at that moment. We found out in the chat, there was somebody that knows the area, that lives in the area. And she said, you were on the wrong side of the road. So we were on the wrong side of the road. It was on the other side of the road. So, awesome. Which we later found out. But 2 minutes before that is when we were told that you'll never find it, which is funny enough, we never did. So, yeah, those were two pretty amazing captures. But I've, you know what, in the SB7, I've captured so much. Like when I was with Nando and Sarah at the Victorian place, it said Nando clearly on the SB7. And I was introducing everybody that was in the group, and I introduced Lex. It said Lex, yeah. And then right after that, it said Nando. And Nando's not a very common name. Now, what's really, really interesting about that is everybody says, well, maybe it's because of the radio stations and that. I was there for a month. We did 11 investigations. I used the SB7 on every single investigation, and only once I heard the radio.
Wow. Yeah, I tell you what, I have great responses with it too, man. It wasn't like that forever, but I tell you what, now I get some great stuff. I mean, look at the global ghost hunting. I never would have thought I would have got that.
That's a great catch. Great catch.
That was an awesome
catch.
I just wish I filmed it. I wish I filmed it instead of recorded it. Sorry, Nando. Go ahead.
But do you remember when we went to the graveyard, Brian? I think it was with you. We had the SB7. Oh no, it was at the old military hospital, and the radio turned Russian. We got a Russian. Do you remember? Like a Russian voice come through.
We were at the gym.
Completely.
The gym. Yeah.
It was at the gym. Yeah, Don Stylers. Yeah. And it was Brian was picking up things, and then suddenly it turned Russian. And I've never known that to happen.
But there was all foreigners that were there as well.
But to pick up a Russian, that was quite amazing.
And it said, I think it said, now correct me if I'm wrong, and I have to look back on it. Didn't it? The word that it said in Russian, was that not hello?
I think it was hello when we were in the.
He said hello, but it was in Russian.
What is hello in Russian?
Yeah, it was in Russian.
Yeah, there was somebody in the group. There was somebody in the group that knew it, so that's why we. I forget who was in the group that knew. Was it Dan that knew it? It was Lex. Oh, okay.
No, it was Lex. Yeah, it was Lex.
Yeah,
I think it was.
But I've captured some amazing stuff off the SB7. The SB7, and I understand that a lot of people don't like the SB7 because that's get it. But you know what? The stuff that you get off the SB7 is, and when it comes through, it's usually quite clear. Like when I was in the museum, and it's up on Paraflix. When I was in the museum, the Haunted Museum. I can't remember word from word, but it was a long sentence, and it said, "I want this guy out of my house."
Wow.
And it was what used to be the owner of that place, and that was the last standing house in the War of 1812, which was absolutely incredible. But the SB7 it's an incredible piece of equipment if it's used properly.
That's a little black box.
Yeah. And I know a lot. Yeah, and I know a lot of people do this, and I've seen it a lot lately. People are starting to take it apart and taking out the antenna.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
just for outdoor, like for if you're a busy place, taxis or ambulance or police that they're not interfered with. Sorry, AJ.
No, sorry. I was going to wait till you're done. I just wanted to say, you know what's funny about people doing that, though? The only reason why people started doing that was because Ghost Adventures, because it's detuning it and it's taking away the frequency of the radio so that only things can come through is spirit communication. But let me tell you something. These spirits need those little snippets. I don't care what anybody says. That audio that comes through, I feel they do need that to really produce a lot of, because I get a lot of evidence with the PSB7 as long as I have, some type of good connection with it. But if I have absolutely no connection, it's just pure static the whole entire time, always, I'd rather get snippets of audio because the spirits are using that little snippet of audio and that frequency somehow. And I mean, they could still use it without it. Don't get me wrong, but you're not going to get as much as you would with the antenna.
Like I always say, if they don't fix it, leave it as it is. And like with you, and with Brian as well, with SB7, when you get something coming through and it's very clear and you can make it out, even though it has white noise in the background, but you can make out an intelligent response. That's what you want, don't mess with it. And I know it's a pain in the behind when you listen to audio and so on, but we do playback on the night, so we don't have to listen to about 20 minutes or an hour of white noise in your headphones. We do playback on the night, so we can note it down and say, right, we're going to bring this forward to the next investigation with these answers, or we can continue on with the night. But the SB7, a lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people do.
Well, and it's also like Brian said, if you use it correctly. If you use it correctly, that's the problem. People just
with everything.
And people just think you can just run around with it. No, you actually have to put some effort into it. You have to know how to properly use it. Like Anthony.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Stevo.
I was just gonna say you can also do the hush mode, and it cuts all that white noise. You put hush mode into your PSB7, and all you're gonna get is just clear responses.
How do you do that, Stevo? How do you do that? Put the hush mode.
I have a full video how to do it. So basically, what you do is you put your device into AM mode, turn your max your volume to 30, turn it off, right? Okay. And then when you turn it on, either decide before you turn it on, decide whether you want your forward or your reverse. So when you turn it on, you hit that button right away, and it goes totally quiet. And you'd be like, "Oh my god, editing is like
I'm gonna try it.
So much better."
I got.
I'm gonna try it too. Let me get mine beside me. I'm gonna try it out.
So I got one more video. I got another video from the streaming tunnel, which is really cool. As people know me, I'm the type of researcher or investigator that likes to find the answers to the questions that people have been asking for years and years. So in this particular clip, long story short, one of the stories is the girl that died in the tunnel. Her parents were going through a nasty divorce. The father set the house on fire. The girl was still in the house and got severely burned. She ran down to the tunnel to hide, and she died. That was one of the stories. There's another one with a girl being sexually assaulted in the tunnel, and she was killed, and then she was set on fire to burn any evidence. That's another story. There's another and then there's another story. So again, it's one of those things where I try to look for the answers when I'm asking questions. And in this particular clip, I asked the question, "Did you die in this tunnel?" And you hear the response. It's really it's sad, but as an investigator, it's one of those things where you go, yes, it's really sad, but at the same time, you get the answer that everybody's been wondering, and there's been so many stories going on at this tunnel. So this one is super, super cool.
Cool.
So let me just share my screen here.
Guys, I want to also share something with you too. A friend, John, who's was a host on here with us, he uses a called a crossover. It's an audio thing that kind of raises the frequency of whatever you put into it, any audio. And he actually uses it. It can go up to like 10,000 kilohertz, and he puts it in with his PSB7. And I tell you what, just by raising the frequency a little bit, the amount of answers that he receives now is just absolutely incredible. I watched him get answers like sentences with the PSB7, like crazy answers that I've never would have ever seen otherwise. And I think raising that frequency is helping those spirits meet that frequency at some point. I just think it's like easier for them for some weird ass reason, but I just figured I'd throw that out there.
No, that's really cool. That's really cool. So here we go. So basically, I asked the question, "Did you die in this tunnel?" And you hear a yeah. I think you hear a yes and a yeah, and then you hear what happened.
Did you die in this tunnel? The second story is the husband and wife were going through a nasty divorce, and the ex-husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband, burned down the house. And unfortunately, the girl was still in the house when the fire was going on. She got severely burned, came down into this tunnel, and died. That's another story.
I remember that video, man.
Did you die in this tunnel?
There you go.
That's a great capture right there, burnt at home.
Absolutely.
And that's an actual true thing that you just said. You know what I mean? That's one of the stories. So it's crazy that you got that.
That was creme de la creme of audio or intelligence with the spirit box. That was, and so many people, like I said earlier, don't like it and dismiss it. But you get stuff like what Brian got and what many other people get, and it's just brilliant.
Yeah, that was.
Really
of course, I didn't hear it till I actually got home and I was going through the editing.
Yeah.
And then heard the burnt. And you know what? I'll be honest, and I think most people know me. And you know, I sometimes can be a very sensitive person when it comes to the paranormal, and when you find out answers and stuff like that. I have to be honest. I was really, really upset when I captured that. It upset me, not like in an upset mad way. It was like an upset way. It was an emotional way, because there's been so many stories about this tunnel, and you know, so many stories that have been crap, and to find that and to maybe find that answer so people stop going in this tunnel, start stop asking stupid questions when they know the real answer and what really happened. And it was just one of those moments where I said, this is why I do this.
Absolutely. Can you go back to this location, Brian?
Oh yeah, it's like an hour from me.
So you can continue on with the research and talk to her more.
Definitely. I actually captured an EVP on my camera microphone when I was outside of the tunnel. I think some of you have seen it. I was walking back towards the tunnel and I heard something to my left. And I turned around. Actually, I turned the camera and I said, what was that? I thought I heard something. I came home, put the SD card in my laptop, and I went right to it. And it literally said, what's your name?
Oh my goodness. So she wants to talk to her. They want to talk to you. So when was the last time you were back? Like you can go back.
I was there. When was the last time I was there? I was there in sometime. Oh, I was there last summer. You
need to go back. You need to go back.
That's when I captured those two things, those two SB7 catches.
And another thing, one more thing about the SB7 is that people use it and that's it. I find them phenomenal. Obviously, with the recorder, like Brian said, he didn't hear that until he got home and listened back to the playback and downloaded the work. The same when I was in Leap Castle here in Ireland, and we were asking questions in the banquet room of Leap Castle, and a question that I asked that only I would know, and heard nothing and left it at it. Came home, listened back to the audio, and I knew this part was coming up, and I knew we got nothing, but no, we got something. And it was an answer to a personal question that I asked, that it was answered. So, and it was the right answer. And it was just, it blew my mind. It blew my mind that it was personal, but my goodness, it was brilliant. And I think people need to use it a little bit more and don't go, oh, XY said use it on TV. Don't go by TV. Go by trying it yourself. Working with it and experiment with it.
Yeah, people laugh at us because when me and Lex talk about this one through the lens that, paranormal investigation is like a drug. Once you capture your first piece of evidence, you want more, you want more, you want more. It's definitely an addiction that I think we can all agree on.
I'm retiring every week from the. I retired every week for the last 2 years. I can't book a hotel room, and I have to look up the history of it because what's this hotel built on? The one I'm going to in February, thank God, there's no history to it, so I can sleep. But the rest of it would, be bloody castles and hotels, castle hotels I stay in, and you just know it's going to come with something.
So it's either my ghost or somebody else's ghost, but I just heard like 4 EVPs.
Oh,
right here. I have. It's been determined that I have almost close to 20 spirits in this place.
Did you hear any of them?
No, I didn't hear any of them myself. But if you hear little girl, don't be surprised.
I get it all the time though. When we do Relatively Paranormal, some of my cousin will watch and he'll give me EVPs that he catches live all the time.
Yeah.
Todd, I totally understand that. When I was doing a show one night, and it was a live show, and it was about 2 or 3 in the morning here, and we're talking on the panel, and bit of a laugh, and then we stopped laughing for a second, and I'm smiling, and then all of a sudden I hear my name go. I heard Jenny. No one heard, but I heard Jenny, and I'm like. And I'm looking around the panel, and I'm like, and I couldn't say it because everyone was talking. When I listened back to it, and I watch back on the live, you can hear on my microphone, that static that comes in, like it's like robotic but static. And then you have, and I know there's a man in my house, but you'll have this male voice so clearly, and I have the video footage of it, of my name being said, and I'm okay with it, but it's happened a few times, on my show.
Yeah, we had a growling once. It sounded like a gorilla. It's actually on my YouTube channel. It sounds like a gorilla, like grunting, like You could, while we were talking, just like on the live show, showing video clips, and Rissa and I were analyzing the clip, and it comes out so loud and so clear. My cousin texts me right away. He's like, "You're not gonna believe what you're gonna hear after the show," because I didn't hear it live. It came through the audio that was recorded.
Was Brian on?
It's crazy.
Was Brian on?
I want to show one of Steve-O's clips now. Switching gears from the PSP7, Steve-O likes to use different types of apps, like different types of ITC apps. He actually will make his own audio. Steve-O, talk a little bit about what you do to tell these guys why I share this.
So basically what I do, depending on what sessions that I'm doing, I'll create my own audio. So I can take a live that my wife and I did, reverse it, slow it down, chop it all into 2-second increments, right? And as that audio is running, it's all reversed. So there should be no words, no nothing, and if there's any sound, you cut all that stuff out. So basically what I do is I take that audio and I plug it into the box, which also runs my H9. And when I open up that gate, because I have full control where it's not like necrophonic, where the spirits are over talking you, now I can ask my question, open up, and then they'll give me an answer. So I don't have to be over talked and try to depict what's what coming through a session.
Absolutely. And so from this video that I'm going to show right here, this is the same kind of concept. It's called the HSB-1 by Hope Paranormal. This is the app that he's using right here. It's the same concept. It has a noise gate. It's just like having a portal in your pocket. But check out this video.
Okay, Paul, is there anything you'd like to start off by saying through the recorder before we start with the box? I feel like you almost have like this general type energy. Like you're more than an angel, aren't you? Are any of my native ancestors here with me? I'm feeling that type of energy. I'm only saying things out loud that I hear intuitively. I know it doesn't always come through the box. There's also a female tribe with you too, right? That's what I see right now. There's 9. As in 9 tribes or 9 females?
So guys, yeah, basically that is a little bit of it in the gist, but there's a lot better videos on his YouTube. But basically, what do you guys think about apps? What do you guys think about an app like that? Go ahead, whoever first.
I use them.
Yep.
I use different. I try out any one I can find, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. But I run it through the spirit box that I created with different things that I'm really not going to get into. But I basically created a spirit box to enhance these apps, and some of them work spectacular. Some of them almost to us, I don't say scary, but some of them they have blown me away.
Yeah.
Different ones have, absolutely.
What app was that called?
That was called the HSB-1. So HSB, H as in ham, S as in Sam, B as in boy, -1.
And can that be downloaded?
Yes, it's a free download. Free download. It's by Hope Paranormal.
I shall be using it tomorrow night.
And he also has a desktop
Hope or
version.
Huff? Hope or Huff?
Josh.
Hope.
Yeah, not Huff. Hope.
Hope. I will
But
be
Huff-
using it tonight.
but
I'm out
Huff
on location, so I'm trying.
Huff copied this thing, and he tried to release it first to say that he came out with it, but in reality, Hope Paranormal was the original builder of this.
I like
And
the
he
name Hope.
released
I
it
tried
with-
Huff's app, by the way. It was that
It's the
Wonder
same
Box
app,
thing is
$3.
garbage.
Same
Really?
app for $3. Why not get it for free?
Well, that's it. I'm going to be trying this out tomorrow night in
The
location.
Wonder Box is terrible.
Be really good. I
It's
do
terrible.
like it. There's a few apps, phone apps that are. I will say one of the phone apps that is a big no for me is the SLS. I don't know if anybody uses it, but it's the SLS. I don't know what it's called, but it's a phone app. And I've seen a few things. I've seen a few videos, and it was. I wanted to scream at the people, but I couldn't because I know them. So I couldn't.
Oh, the SLS app, that's not going to work.
Yeah,
the SLS works
goes
completely
through
different.
SLS.
It can't work through a phone. It's that's not the way it works. It uses infrared mapping with dots that like 10,000 dots that 3D map a screen, and the XLS that I make uses a sonar type technology with infrared beams that cast out, and both cameras use microphone arrays that further target in what they're tracking. So an SLS on a phone is impossible. That's a fake app. I've seen it too. It's garbage. That's caca. That's not. It can't work.
Caca. I like
the necessary hardware for that and the battery power would kill the phone instantly.
I've seen
teams. It just can't work.
I've seen teams using it, and they put it up, and I'm like, I'm literally trying to break my fingers. Don't type, Jenny. Don't type.
Yeah.
Just smile and move along and say nothing. But that kind of stuff I would not use. The one that I will be using tomorrow is the HSB-1. I'm on location tomorrow night, and I will definitely be using it. So the SLS app, it's a no-no. This one here, I will try that tomorrow night. And location that I'm going to for the last 6 years, so I know what answers I expect to get with my questions that I know of this location. So I will try it out, and I will do a video of it, or I'll do a live on it, or I'll do a video and I can send it on to to show you if it worked for me.
I'll tell you what, even the regular SLS, 90% of the people don't understand how to use it. What they put up, I'm convinced the regular SLS, like 50% of what you're going to get is false positives if you don't know what you're looking at. You have to get the spirit to interact with you. It will pick up coat racks. It will pick up tall lamps. It will pick up Christmas trees. If you see that, if it looks like the object you're mapping, like a coat rack, the arms don't move outside the object, the legs don't move outside the object, it doesn't interact with you, it doesn't leave, it's a false positive, and people don't understand that. That's why when I sell them, I give a video tutorial that explains how to map things, what a false positive is, what a correct interaction should look like, you know.
Wait, one thing I wanted to tell you guys, not about the SLS, but Jenny, what I want to tell you about the HSB-1 and tell all of you guys, it's not just an app that you can turn on and you're going to immediately get answers from. It's an actual real ITC app, which is great. And it does work, as you see, when you have a connection and you're in a place. Obviously, Steve-O does his work from his house. His connection's really good. This is for the phone app, also for desktop. And I tell you what, when I first started using it, I wasn't getting anything. But if I turned on my PSB7 or I turned on another app that I've used forever, I would get nonstop answers. So I was always wondering, why is it? And it takes, I guess it took the spirit a little while to learn it or whatever.
Learn a new.
That's true. That's true.
You have to open the noise gate for the audio to come out, and then there's a 3-4 second delay. So I think I was having a hard time in the beginning, like trying to tell them, like, oh, this is when you should talk, or just do your thing. Like, and then they finally just did it.
I'm looking forward to it. Because I know that too.
When you go to a haunted location where a lot of people go with REM pods and stuff, the spirits will immediately start popping your equipment off. But if you go to a virgin location like a house case, oftentimes they won't mess with your equipment until maybe later on in the investigation, because they have to learn how to manipulate that piece of electronics. You go to a famous place where people are in there every day, they already know how to manipulate that stuff. So it goes right off. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you were asking Brian if he goes to that tunnel a lot, the more he went there, the better they would manipulate his equipment, and the more comfortable those spirits would become with him as a person and open up to him as well. It's all like that.
Exactly. The location I'm going to tomorrow, I've been doing it for the last 6, coming up to my 7th year. So like I said, I know the location. So I'm going to use the same questions that I know the answers from. So I'm going to see it. I'm downloading it as we speak.
You said Lep Castle, so I was already jealous like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, me too.
That's
Really?
my number one spot, That's my number one bucket list spot, right? I told Brian that like months ago.
You will not be disappointed. Let me tell you, I'm doing it for the last 3 years. I'm going back in April. We're doing Redwood Castle on the 28th of April and Lep Castle on the 29th of April. So we're going to
streaming live, right?
Yes, I'm going to go. Of course, yeah, I'm going to go live on these locations. And let me tell you, both castles. We're learning more about Redwood. We're learning more about Lep Castle. But I tell you now, they will not disappoint. Lep Castle is it's a beauty in itself, but the history of it, it's mind blowing that I know so much stuff of it that I can't bring out just yet. But my goodness, I can do it in private.
Have you had an experience up in the Bloody Chapel?
Well, yes, we have had men coming through. I do all. I'm an audio person, so I do audio on every location. I could sit up for like 15 hours doing audio. So from Lep Castle, the audio is great. It's good. You will get the men coming through. You get them talking. We don't understand too clearly because sometimes it sounds a little bit robotic, but you know it's a man. The banquet room downstairs and the back room, it is just it's got to be checked out. It is amazing. I listen, I just want to scream from the rooftops of what I know of these locations.
I just love the history over there too. The history is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Well, guys,
it's the book.
Question: does anybody else want to show some things before I show Todd's?
I have nothing up.
Okay, I didn't know. Does anybody else, Matt, or how about Aaron? You guys want to show anything, or want me to show anything, or are you guys all set?
No, go for it, bro. Go for it. All
right, what should I go to?
Go to Todd's stuff. Go to Todd's stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, mine. No, the only thing I have, I mean, I like Brian, the SB7. I really like using.
Yeah.
But a lot of my greatest and my favorite evidence sadly has been lost from transitioning from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Yeah.
But I've had full-blown conversations like down at the Whaley House in San Diego. You get Thomas Whaley, he'll sit there and talk your ear off, and it's great. It's and like we've already stated, it's building that relationship and that rapport with these spirits, and they talk to you just like we're talking.
Yep.
And it's great. Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, listen, do you want to show that if you go to my YouTube channel, because I'm not on my computer, Julia's on it playing a game.
Go ahead. I'm at your
go to Full Investigations playlist, pull up Lizzie Borden, and go to 15 minutes on the dot, and that's when I turn on the spirit box and we start asking about the murders. Now,
wait, which one on the playlist?
All right, so playlist Full Investigations, and look for Lizzie Borden House, and then go to 15 minutes on the dot. I believe we turn on the vortex.
My favorite place. I want to go
now,
to.
Lizzie Borden's house. Like I grew up like 5 minutes from the place. I lived near there for a long time. It's been talked about forever. I wanted answers so bad because I've seen so many people go there and not get the answers. And I had quite an experience there where we talked to the Bordens for like 2 hours through the spirit box. But what I heard upon review almost broke my heart. And I really started to think about the place in a different way, what those people are actually going through in spirit form for the last 20 years, to have people come in there and ask them the same questions, and what have this the replicas of their bashed in skulls in the dining room, and pictures of their autopsy across the dining room tables, and everything in the place has pictures of axes on it. And I really started to feel bad for them, and what I heard in the conversation was crazy.
Todd, I'll tell you, I'll give you Lep Castle if you give me the board down.
It's amazing.
Well, I think we'll get Matt out there first before we get Todd out there.
Right.
Yes.
I was gonna say I'll
Why can't
fight
we
him.
all go together, man?
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Todd, we'll meet up. We'll go together because you're not too far from me.
Hey, yo, you gotta pick me up because I live right before Todd. Oh, I see how it is.
Well,
I won't leave you behind,
Well,
brother.
first of all, I'm going to beat you all because I'm going to be there in September.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to hook up with some people to go to this place called the Hospital on the Hill in West Virginia. You get it for the whole night for like $500. It's massive, and it's just going to be Marissa and I. if we're talking about bringing AJ2, it'd be cooler with more people. The place is huge, and there's plenty of room in that joint. It's a whole hospital, and it was like a lot of mining accidents happening there. It was open for a while, and it's up on this creepy hill. If you look at that place, it looks nuts, and you get it for the whole night. So if any of you guys want to join up, whatever, join forces. Let me know. We can do some crazy lives from there.
Matt, before you continue that conversation, hold on one second. I just want to say to Anthony real quick. Anthony, the Hope Spirit Box is clips of audio that have nothing to do with paranormal at all. I think it could be like probably nature type stuff, most likely, I believe. I'm not even sure really. But it's all different clips, like Steve was saying, all chopped up, all reversed backwards so that there's no false positives. Steve, tell a little bit more about it, just so Anthony understands why it's backwards.
Okay, so the reason why it's backwards is to create, just like Todd said earlier, false positives. May I give a quick tutorial just to kind of show people?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so when you open up the Hope app,
hold on, let me put you full screen. Hold on.
Okay, so when you open up the app and you come into the actual spirit box itself, just pick whatever you want. I normally go with middle-aged male, and I'm going to change it to Hope Standard for reverb. This is how I run it, and I run it about 45. So basically, a lot of people get the misconception, kind of like they think it's like necrophonic or spiritist, which it's not. So the whole thing is that when you open this up, you're going to hear gibberish.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And people are like, sound like I had a reply coming through. Anyway, that's not how you run it. Basically, ask your question like, is there anybody here? Open it up for 2 seconds and then slide it back. You should get an answer. So open your slider, close it, and you'll get a reply.
Now, the reason why... Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on.
Robin.
Oh, God. There we go. So the reason why you have to open that up and all this type of stuff, it's basically like having a portal in your pocket, which is really cool. And like the cool thing about it is it's an ITC app that actually works. It's not one of these toys. It's not like as easy as necrophonic, like I was saying before. You actually have to have a connection. You have to, be doing this for real. And, you'll get some great answers like Steve-O has. I mean, I haven't.
Where'd he go? I had a question for him. I don't know where he went.
Oh, shit. Steve went off the screen. Hold on.
What's it called
the question
again?
I have
What's it called again?
It's called HSB-1.
Steve, the only question I had was the same one I had when I tried Hub app was, why would the have to pick like the middle-aged male, the young girl, whatever it is? Like, what if you don't know who's there and you're trying to like put a voice on them? Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just curious.
Basically, it was created depending on whether you're doing a session or you're on a location, right? And say there's a certain spirit, right? Male or female, whatever your energy's feeling. Like, you could be like, I feel a female here. I feel like her name is Mary. I feel her age is this, right? Because you're using your intuitive. Remember, when you're on investigations, your intuitive is your first spirit box. None of the equipment matters. Your intuitive matters more, right?
Totally understand. Absolutely 100% understand.
Right? Or say you go to a tombstone. Here's a better example. You go to a tombstone and it says Bob on it or something, right? So, and it's got 18 something to whatever. And you calculate in your head, okay, this is how old he is. Mm-hmm. So you're going to go in, you're going to pick your word bank. So that's going to be like an older male, right? Say he was like 69 or 70 when he died. So you pick that, and then that's going to allow them to use that voice. So basically, he went one voice at a time, just so there's no interference from any other spirit. Now, notwithstanding, you could have it on a female voice, and a male can come through and manipulate that female voice, and you have a male voice come through that female voice. So don't get me wrong, they can change that audio as you're going. So it's not just, oh, I'm on a female one and there's no male that's going to come through, and all of a sudden you get this male that comes through and you're like, holy cow, they just manipulated the audio. This is working.
Yeah.
That's how you know, right? But there is a mix on there. There's male and female mix on there, 1 and 2, and you can use those.
Okay.
Right? And I mean, you've got a whole list from child to.
That's cool.
It would work best if you kind of had an idea, like whether it was what you were feeling, or you thought through history that person was there, or whatever it was.
Right.
That's when it would work its best.
For focus sessions.
I'm gonna try it out. So but I'm going to a place that's pretty busy.
See, I use mixed genders. I use mixed genders because if I'm calling out to my guides, I have a lady and I have a males. So I use both for that reason. If I'm trying to contact with them, or if there's like my dad, then I use just a male. If I try to, even if it's just my family, I try to use mixed genders most of the time, or if I'm on location. But if you're doing focus sessions, they have every single type of, vocal tone that you could think of. So it helps. And it really, I tell you what, it's a great app. It really is.
I think even
when you're on the street corner, you are the mixed genders, aren't you?
Listen, man, that's why I go by they. I go by they.
Right. Did you find the board and stuff? Play the board and stuff.
Steve, when you
very quickly, talk.
Sorry. When you when I'm going to my location tomorrow night and I know my location, I used to go to a school tour. It's 5 minutes away from me, so I know it. Plus, I'm doing the location about 6, almost 7 years. So when I go tomorrow night, and then I'm going to be in a particular area of this location where I know the children are, I know where the male is, I know where the females are. So I can bring this down to, I know I'm going to get females in a certain area of this place. So I use that here. I am going to record it.
9 people on the screen.
And I am going to have someone record it to have backup, for if it worked, if it didn't work, and the answers that we know of this location. And I'll have audio, I have audio to back these up. But I will definitely, listen, I am full tomorrow night. I'm going to be busy tomorrow night.
Listen, all I'm going to say is don't just try it one time. Give it time if it doesn't work. Yeah. That's all.
I will constantly use it on every location that I go to, and a few times, so that we'll introduce them to this new piece and, let them get used to it. Yeah. And definitely every location that I go to, I will definitely be using this 100% for sure.
The only thing I would, I think it's cool and, stuff like that. But the only thing that I'm still curious about is why you would have to pick a middle-aged person, a child.
Wait,
if it's going to come through, it's going to come through.
Well, the reason why is because if you're doing a focus session, if you meditate, if you're the type of person who does home focus sessions, like say Hope or Huff Paranormal or ourselves, the ones that do it at home and stuff, or even on location, if you want to say connect with, say, Lizzie Borden, you're at Lizzie Borden's house, you want to just connect with her, say, and you focus on her completely, say you believe that really does help, which I do. You meditate on that person, you call them in, and then that focus session, you could use a female voice. You don't have to. You could use mixed gender, you could use the male voice, like Steve was saying, and they'll manipulate the audio and still answer.
Yeah.
But just gives you that, I guess.
So what happens if you just, and again, and I think you kind of answered my next question, but what happens if you, I'm sometimes that type of investigator that when I go into a location, I don't really want to know what's going on there. So do I have to go through every single voice and ask questions in order to get a response?
Mixed genders, male and female, and you'll have everything right
there.
But
it says mixed genders adult though, because I downloaded it to look, but it says mixed genders adult, and that's what doesn't make a lot of sense to me. What happens if it's children?
Well, they're going to use the vocal tone anyway. You're right. You're absolutely right. That is the one issue. Like I said, it's more about getting responses, really.
Well, maybe if you're using something else and then you make contact with what sounds like a young girl or whatever, then you could turn that app on to dial into that spirit further.
Yeah, I'm just curious about that part. I'm just curious.
I use different types of apps, all sorts of different stuff to communicate. I'm sure you do too. So
yeah.
Maybe once I dial in further.
when I first started Hauntophobic, I was using the Necrophonic. I don't use that anymore. Until I found out who made it and who has part of it, so I stopped using it after that.
Who made it?
So,
who made the Necrophonic? Who made it?
Well, Huff Paranormal was
then it has to be
involved
legit.
in that.
It
Has to be legit with Huff Paranormal for sure.
Huff Paranormal
Yeah,
is
so
not involved in Necrophonic. Huff Paranormal is not involved in Necrophonic.
No, I think it's legit. It's just something else tied into it that.
No, he was involved. He is involved. You can actually look it up. And me and Les have talked about this on the show. He was involved in the Necrophonic.
He's friends with the guy.
Yeah. So
he's friends with that dude.
I thought he just like marketed it for him. Like,
nah, he's boys with that guy from Chill Seekers. I forget his name.
Yeah, Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as soon as I found that out, I stopped using it.
Yeah.
So he still goes, and people still believe everything he does. Like, you know, I've
Oh my
channeled.
God. You know what? I actually emailed Huff Paranormal. Emailed and see. I did, and I wanted to find out what he charges per session, and my mouth nearly fucking dropped. Sorry
I actually mailed him asking him would he come on my show. I mailed him. I think last year asking him would he come on my show. You know, just because I want to kind of like get you on my show. I know what you do and I know what you're about, but I kind of just want to get you on. Yeah. And he never responded.
I'd rather go to a location than pay him.
Oh,
I have a question about, and this is all related to everything that I've heard tonight. The one thing that I'm wondering though is, what if part of your answer is not so much as in word, but in audio echo that come through a spirit box or any kind of any kind of communication device? Because Jen, you and I were talking about that a couple of days ago.
We did.
And one of the things that I've learned in my own experience, that a lot of times you'll get the exact answer you need just if you listen carefully enough and you don't listen for word, but you hear something that sounds like the event re-happening in the background.
Yes.
I've heard weird stuff, man. I've heard weird stuff like that. I heard a door open up one time at a house that was supposedly had a demonic entity there. I think it did. And it sounded like a door opened up, and then the spirit box said, they're coming, Legion's coming, or something like that. And it sounded like things coming through a door. It was the craziest thing. Craziest thing I've ever heard. It really sounded like a door opening up, like.
So when me and Aaron were talking the other night, we were talking about, like you said, about I would say, like, I sent you on some audio and I sent you on ITC, and then we had residual. We were also talking about, and this is what I want to do. Me and Aaron were talking about doing sign language on investigations.
Mm-hmm.
I have said that a few years ago. I had a fabulous girl who was on my team, and she was deaf. She was partly deaf and so on. But she was like, she would be perfect in locations. She had to work, and that's why she's not with me anymore. But I wanted more because I wanted to learn the ISL. Oh no, I know the ISL, but I wanted to do sign on investigations. So we're working on it. We're trying we're trying to figure out how to do it, basically.
Yeah.
So,
what I wanted to say about what you said, Aaron, sorry not to cut you off, Jenny. Were you want to keep going? Were you done, or I didn't want to cut you off?
No, I'm done. No, I was done.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I apologize. My computer's like slower than what you guys are doing, I think. Aaron, what I wanted to say was, yes, I've actually caught, and Siva, I know you've caught stuff like this, where we've caught background noises of like different times and stuff like that. Like it sounded like different times. Like I've caught an old horn from like a car. I've caught doors slamming, like coming through. It was actually through one of Huff's devices that he created with GhostHunterApps.com, and Anthony Sanchez created the SCD2, and that scans internet radio randomly. And I tell you what, I've gotten great responses out of it. It's not really the best one to use, but I've gotten some crazy environmental sounds that I could never even imagine getting before. Like they were talking to this car accident victim one time, they said, and all of a sudden there was a car wreck sound that happened, and it was the craziest thing ever. Like I hope I still have an old computer. I got to try and find it because that was a really cool clip.
Right. Well, that's just it. I mean, Jenny, she gave me access to a piece to listen to, and she told me a story about it, and I'm listening. And with these, I have Skull Candy Crusher headphones these things are ridiculously amazing. And when she played this for this audio, I was like, I'm hearing this in the background. The look on her face was, sorry, Jen, it was funny because you were just like,
Was it really?
yeah, because it was so faint. And that's part of the problem I have with some of these programs that get rid of that background static in the SB7.
Yeah.
It's because those filters are specifically targeted to eliminate sound so that vocal tones come through. They don't do anything for naturally occurring sounds like fight.
Yeah.
As you talk about opening doors, death gurgles, or anything like that. And that, I kind of feel like sometimes that's more important than the actual words coming through.
Was this the one that I sent you the other night, a few nights ago? Where it was the ITC, when it came from my mobile phone being in one area of the building with a recorder, and our other mobile phone would be in another room. So we are not in this room where we're calling out. We are in a different part of the building. So we have a recorder, mobile phone. So when we're calling out in a different part of the building, the one I sent you was the one that we had gotten through the recorder or through the. So we know what's being said. It does collaborate with the location that we go to. Literally collaborates. It is hard to make out. You have to listen to it a million times. We did a playback on the night, and we got the first few words. The last word we didn't get until like last year, and this audio is about a year and a half old. Could you, Aaron, make out what was being said? Did you think it was from the location, from mobile to mobile, recorder to recorder?
It literally, okay, I don't know how much of this I can divulge.
Yeah.
What I can say is that what I heard sounded like somebody being physically abused.
Wow. That's crazy.
horrific.
And you know what, Aaron? Yeah, you're on the nail when you say that. Yeah. It's exactly what you heard. Because this is the location I'm going to tomorrow night, beside me. But it's exactly not often I get speechless or I don't talk. Like, take a picture. It's happening. I don't know what to say.
I have a question.
Exactly.
I have a question for you, Jen. Have you, all of you actually, have you guys ever noticed when you're doing a spirit box session and you're reviewing that session, have you guys ever noticed that it basically tells its own story when you're reviewing it? Like the spirits from them talking, all the answers that come through, even if they're not relevant to yours, you could make out a story of actually what's going on that side. Have you guys ever noticed that? Like, you guys can if you want, but
we had one. We did an investigation. Brian come with us once at Merley House. And it was me, Luke, and one of the workers there. And we were sat doing a spirit box session. But it was funny. We can hear voices coming through. But when we played back the audio from the EVP, we pick up two voices and they're having a conversation together. Yeah. So they didn't even acknowledge us being there or any of the question. And I found that amazing. It was like, did they know that we were there? Like, I don't know. Do spirits sometimes not realize that they've passed on and they're just doing their own thing? But,
no, I've heard them talking to each other and talking about us to each other and then interrupting our conversation to butt in and answer like what we were asking about them. Perhaps we forget that they're right next to us all the time. They're right there. Yeah, right there. Like, so they're hearing everything we're saying. And I've heard them talk to each other. That Borden clip, there's at one point, I don't have it in the video, but I heard Mr. and Mrs. Borden arguing about whether or not we were ghost hunters or whether or not we were there to help.
Really?
And she said we were there to help, and he said we were ghost hunters. Now, remember, they died 120-something years ago. You know, this isn't that good.
So Lizzie was the murderer, just to confirm.
Apologies, my computer froze. Is it all right to show it, Todd?
Yeah, rewind right before Marissa asks. You'll see her like 30 seconds. You'll hear her ask like so.
All right, here we go.
beg, bro. I don't beg. I come here to talk to you in peace, though, to give you a voice.
Abby, can you just let me? Who'd you say it was that murdered you?
Lizzie.
Right?
So Lizzie was the murderer, just to confirm. Say her name. Look, flashlights. Yeah, you use the flashlights to confirm. Yeah.
Me again?
I'm sorry, I'm not celebrating about your murder. I'm celebrating because we have it on tape that who killed you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Andrew, I have a question for you. Are you here?
Oh, is that you? Move your arm. Move your arm.
That's awesome, dude. I'm gonna play a little bit more of it, but that is
Yeah,
awesome.
in a second they say it again like real clear. They're like, Lizzie did it, Lizzie bought it, and they'll say her name like real clear.
Now, let me ask you guys about this style. Let me ask you guys about this style of spirit box. Do you guys like this style of spirit box? It's like necrophonic, basically, but do you guys like that style? To be completely
I've used it before. It's the Echo Box.
No, it's that might have been Dead Wave. I don't know what the app was, but I've enhanced what they can do with a couple of weird things I have in that box. That it just works. It just works. I've done some really strange things to it, and I've experimented with a lot of different like types of communication, weird things in there, and I don't know. I just get a lot of clear answers like that.
It's very similar to the one I used before in a different location in the south of Ireland. And I have to say, I mean, some of it was, you get what you get and that's it. But there was only two of it that blew my mind. Only two that blew my mind of my name. And I have everything on audio. Like if you want something, I have it on audio. I have it where they're saying, I said, do you remember when, because my surname would be Sullivan Sanyasi. You don't get Sanyasi, in Ireland. Yeah. So, and my friend could hear, Jenny, I'm hearing Sanyasi. So I'm like, whatever, I don't know it. I don't hear it. So when I listened to the audio, it was like, son, yeah, see. And I wanted to meet my friend at 3 a.m. I said, oh my effing God, I can hear it. I can hear Sanyasi. Nobody says Sanyasi. And then we went back to the same location again. And I said, do you remember me? Do you remember my name? And I'm doing the location about 3 or 4 years. And it just goes like that echoey. It sounds like do. And then it goes, Jenny. And then you hear me going, and I was like, I said the F, you. And then I apologized 1,000 times for saying F you. And I said F you about 1,000 times more after that. But it was only 2 times that I found that this had worked. Do I want to get one?
They'll say my name all the time. They'll say my last name when I don't give it. Because I'll introduce myself just as Todd. I'll introduce Marissa, my wife, as Marissa. And they'll say Marissa Weiner. They'll say Todd Sylvia. When I'm not even expecting it. And I'm like, I didn't give you my last name. It's almost creepy sometimes because you don't tell them stuff like that. It's like, how do they know? Like when has anybody ever had them answer a question, whether, I don't care, whatever it's a flashlight, whatever you're using to communicate, before you even ask it, like you're thinking of a question and they answer it, that always blows me away.
But it's good because they know.
I even ask, can you read my mind? Are you reading my mind? And they'll say yes.
And if you go to that same place, the place that they was it your first time there or was it repetitively?
Lizzie Borden?
Yes.
I that was the first time we had gone there. We lucked out because everybody that night, there was a few people there. They just went to their rooms and were dead quiet. So we had the whole place to ourselves. And that was the first time we had wanted to go there for so long, and our intentions were so strong. And my wife and I have this weird psychic connection where we brought that energy. We're true believers. We've lived in haunted houses, and we wanted answers so bad, but we were trying to be so respectful to them because we understood like what a miserable experience that must be for them. And Abby she just spilled their guts. But in review, I really did hear a lot of weird stuff between Mr. and Mrs. Borden talking about things they shouldn't know. Like, how would they know what a ghost hunter is?
That's absolutely brilliant. And that AJ played and was it heard that Lizzie said, like, I did it? Because I have different.
No, I don't think Lizzie's there. She didn't die there. She died down the street, and I can't even see why she would go there. I mean, she butchered them people. So if I was a spirit and I died somewhere, I'm staying there. I'm not going to a place where I killed people, But they said that that she practiced witchcraft later on in the video, and that she became possessed by a demonic entity that forced her to kill them. And when they died, they said they saw a demon. They even said it right in that video. I said, what did you? I forgot exactly what I said. I think my wife asked, did Lizzie kill you? And they said, no, a demon did.
Yeah,
right. A different show for a different story for a different show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, he had killed her. He had killed Lizzie's pigeons like 2 months before. She had like a flock of pigeons that she built a coop for, and he dragged her out to the garage, and nobody knows why. And he made her watch as he hatcheted all her pigeons to death. So think of your 20 dogs, 20 cats, whatever your bag is for a pet, and somebody killing them all in front of you and making you watch, and then he gets it the same way 2 months later. We think maybe she was having some sort of affair with the maid, Bridget Sullivan, or it was something that made him get that pissed off. And
is this in the history, or is it from?
Yeah, the pigeons thing is, yeah. And when we asked about the pigeons, the spirit box went nuts. He started yelling at us. That was like the first time I heard his voice. He's like, the pigeons. And I knew, I was like, whoa, we make a joke about it all the time. Like, don't ask about the pigeons in that place.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. He said, and I heard it too. I said, oh, I'm going to sleep in your bed tonight, because he called my wife a bitch. And I said, well, how's this? I'm going to sleep in your bed tonight. And he said, I'm going to keep you awake all night. And we went to bed that night real tired. And we heard our bedroom door open up and then footsteps walk around our bed for like 5-10 minutes until I passed out. I was just so tired. I went to sleep. I guess he doesn't know me very well. I'll sleep through anything. I've lived in a haunted house, so he didn't really scare me. But I honestly, we heard that. I didn't videotape it. I was too tired, but that actually happened. It was freaking crazy, actually.
Wow.
But you could hear him walking, pacing around the bed like a pissed off man walking. Even on the carpet, you could hear the footsteps. It was probably one of the most profound experiences I've ever had.
I tell you, it's wild. When we get 9 investigators all together, there's so much we could all talk about. I mean, there's not even enough time to talk about it all. It's pretty wild. But I want to thank you guys for coming on. I'm going to actually end it right now because we're about an hour and almost 20 minutes in. Is there anybody that wants to show anything, that wants me to show anything before we leave?
Can I just before we go away?
No.
There's a question. No, you're on the corner, so you don't matter.
Oh God.
Does everybody believe,
Robin?
Does everybody believe that, like, for instance, some people will swear by an SP7, some people will swear by like the Hope Box. I honestly swear by Necrophonic because I get all my answers off that. Do you not think there's a certain spirit box that will work for a certain person? Because I've had an SP7 before, and I couldn't get on with it. I had the Hope app, I still have it, but I couldn't get on with it. I have the Angelic app, I couldn't get on with it. The only one I can get on with.
You were trying to get on it. You got to use it, not get on it. So that's your problem.
Well, Matt and I, we've had this conversation about that very thing, and we both come to the same conclusion. It all comes down to whether or not you can validate that evidence, whatever you're using. If you can validate it, then it's legit.
And I think to add to that as well, I think all of us as investigators, we have our own unique way. So there's no right or wrong way of doing it. Everyone has an opinion which they're entitled to. And I'm a big believer. If you've got an opinion on what someone does, just be respectful about it, because they believe in it. Just because I might not believe in something that, for example, AJ does, doesn't make AJ wrong for what he's doing.
Sometimes you get good results on it.
I think everyone has their own special abilities to do like work in the paranormal field. You got to find your comfort zone, and that's the best way to get the kind of responses. So, like you're saying, Robin, you get yours from Necrophonic. We know Jenny gets a lot of stuff from her EVPs. Brian from the SP7.
I'm more SP7 because anything can come through.
And I think everyone's got, and like Aaron said, as long as you can validate it, that's proof in the pudding. As long as you can say, well, this is the validation to prove my evidence, then there you go. There's no right or wrong way. There's no
100% Nando.
So that's
and I truly believe that when you're using a voice recorder, you capture something on the voice recorder.
Oh, EVPs are phenomenal.
It's undeniable evidence right there.
Yeah.
So with the apps, with the Necrophonic, with the SP7, the voice recorder, I would say beats them all.
Oh yeah,
it's
100%.
just it's undeniable evidence. And if you, I like how AJ just walks away when he's running the show. Like it's.
I just realized I have a mouse in my ceiling right now. I just heard you going crazy above me. And
it's worth it to invest in a good recorder, for real.
If you guys want to, before we leave, if you want to see that clip I was talking about with Nando at the Victorian, I have it. I have it.
Your fly's up though.
Yes, we do.
Make sure your flies are up.
My fly is up. Now, I will say, after this happened, I don't know if it was Sarah or Rosie, but one of them pointed out my fly was down.
Yeah, we were like,
so, which everybody knows is a common thing with me.
Brian, so, the Del Boy one.
What's that?
The Del Boy.
The what?
Nando, is this the Del Boy one where he kind of?
Oh no! This is actually a good video. This is not me slipping up.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
So I decided on every investigation now I'm going to be wearing track pants. So there is no more issues of the fly. No, I'm just kidding.
Poor Sparky.
Poor Sparky. Oh my God! And you guys know its name too, which is really quite scary.
It's in my notebook.
That's even more scarier. That's even more scarier.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready?
Let me just go back here. So if people know me when I investigate, I always introduce everybody that is there. And this is what was happening in this particular moment. I can't recall what happened before this, but something happened before it that was pretty cool too. But here we go.
Finish introducing you to everyone. There's Nando. There's Rosie.
Nando.
I said Nando.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Here we go. One more time.
Finish introducing you to everyone. There's Nando. There's Rosie.
Yeah.
That was so clear.
Now, let's be honest. I know everybody says that, sometimes the radio comes through, but as Nando said on previous podcasts, that Nando's a very unusual name.
It's not going to say Nando, no way.
Not something you're going to hear on the radio. And it was pretty cool. But soon after that, it said Lex as well. And that was pretty cool too. So SB7 all the way, boys and girls. SB7 all the way.
Yeah.
And that's why they call me
EVPs, baby. I'm getting
SB7.
to EVPs now. I'm telling you.
Before we go, what's really great to do? What I like to do if I do end up using an app, I use the PSP7 first. For some reason, I feel like the energy gathers and the spirits. I don't know. I just feel like the energy gets more intense. And then I use the app, and then all of a sudden I get even more crazy stuff through the app, which I find awesome to do. But
that's what I did with the Necrophonic. I'd use the Necrophonic for a little bit, and then I would switch it off, and then use everything else like the SB7 and stuff.
Nice.
Brian, I agree with you when you're talking about names that are unusual, and that's why when I do that Cemetery series that I do, that a lot of the names. AJ, I sent you a 6-second clip. If you can play it, when I was at Joe Longthorn's grave, and to hear it say Joe Longthorn, that's another readily known name, and it was so clear.
You sent it on Facebook, right?
Messenger, yeah.
Yeah, I can't pull it up. Yeah, I don't have my Facebook hooked up on this computer yet.
All right.
Put it offhand. Otherwise, I just do it right now. I always use my phone for everything, which is unfortunate. So now I have a computer. I got to put all my passwords back in. But anyway, I just want to say, guys, thank you so much. I want to say hi real quick to RGV Paranormal Lockdown. What's going on, RGV? Thank you so much for stopping by. Unfortunately, we're at the end of the show, but
he's coming on the podcast soon.
Yeah, no, that's why I was going to say. I mean, I was about to also tell him too. Please get involved with Global Ghost Hunt. Go to globalghosthunt.com.
Absolutely. Yes. Global Ghost Hunt all the way.
For sure. Yep. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I really appreciate you all. And I just want to say
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for the invite.
Before you guys go, each one of you, I want you to shout out your stuff so that people can go check you out. Matt, go ahead first.
How much time do we have? Well, between me and Brian. No, so I have the Paracrew podcast, which actually will be airing here in less than an hour. Paraprod podcast, P3 family, and no, I'm huge. My head's already big enough.
Gotcha.
And what is the other thing? Paravid Studios.
Awesome. Cool. Todd, you're already a part of this, but please go ahead.
I actually, Marissa and I have been doing a new show on Parapost called Relatively Paranormal, where we will pick an investigation, show a ton of video evidence, and in between, like 5-10 minute clips, we kind of analyze it. We talk about our experience there. I want to actually thank Mr. Brian over there for coming on our last episode. He did a fantastic job. We did a 2-hour episode, and it was a blast. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Watched some crazy stuff. And of course, my online shop, Relatively Paranormal Equipment, on eBay, Etsy, or relativelyparanormal.com. We specialize in 3D mapping devices like the SLS, XLS, and all sorts of different stuff. Night vision lights, all high quality stuff. I do not sell garbage. I do not rip people off, and I give video tutorials, instructions. I will do video chat tech support sessions with you, whatever you need to get up to speed on whatever you buy. We stand by our work and our customers for real. So that's my stuff.
And he also sells bombs.
I do, yes. That's the power plant spirit energy device right there. That device does work, and it works fantastic. It uses 2 energy pumps and quartz and amethyst crystal energy amplifiers. Lights those babies up. These crystals transduce the energy and transmit it somehow, and weird things happen around that device, as Brian will find out soon.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to his review on it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to using it. I got an investigation coming up, actually.
Light that baby up, like I told you. Light it up, baby. Light it up.
Oh my God, you didn't just do that. Really?
Surprise.
AJ, take me off the last screen because it's like 2 a.m. and I'm tired here. I'm joking. So, oh my gosh. Okay, thank you, AJ. Don't do that. Just don't do that and shock the shit out of me by doing that. And I was like, who's going to pick next? And I come on thinking to myself, I'm going to get myself ready.
I'm sorry, I had to. Go ahead, though.
Jay, seriously. Anyway, I'm Jenny from Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers here in Ireland. We have an investigation tomorrow night in the fabulous Drogheda Museum, Millmount, the location I've been doing for the last 6 years. I'm going to be trying the HSB-1 in it tomorrow night. I will be doing a video of it to see if it will coincide to what we know of the location. We have many locations in the next few months. We have the February 18th. We have a Paracon in the Wexford, which is like we have a big speakers from Dr. Akira Keefe to Steve Parsons, everything coming to it. I'll be going there. I'll be doing a live from there too. We have Redwood Castle. We have Leap Castle on the one weekend. And then we have the Athenaeum Museum coming up. And we have other new locations we haven't done yet. And we're going to a new location in October. We're going to stay in a castle, which is in October. So we have a few months on and off, but we have a busy time. To find me on Facebook is Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers. And my podcast is Shadow Whispers in the Night. I'm off this tomorrow night because I'm out in the field. Next weekend, I'll be back on. And thank you, AJ, for doing that because I didn't have my face ready for tonight's show. I was kind of like,
Look at me. I look terrible. So
I was just like, and here I am, like, I was like the news head reader, like,
yeah, it's all good.
Did you see me?
That's how we do it on Talking with the Source. We just come right off the street, right, guys?
Well, some of us come right off the street.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Right, go ahead.
Apparently, Robin did not hear that.
No.
But
I need Robin's cat
so where you can find me is Hauntophobic Canada. You can find me through all social media platforms and YouTube and TikTok. So you want to look for Hauntphobia Canada. I also have Parapost, and before I go on, I want to say thank you to Aaron for doing that Parapost Network video today. That was really nice of him, and I appreciate that. And that's being shared out right now. I have Parapost Network, the app, where you can download through iOS or Android. It's everything under the Paranormal umbrella. You can show your clips, you can show your videos, you can show your pictures, you can talk and say all kinds of different things. And the great thing is you can also hook up your YouTube channel so you can get some more views and likes. So every time you hook up or every time you put up a video on YouTube, it automatically goes up on a Parapost. So you can get more views, more likes, and people can enjoy your videos. I also run a show with Lex Paranormal called Through the Lens, which is on Sundays. And I think most of the people that are on this panel, except Steve, and maybe I'll get Steve on down the road, I think everybody on this panel has been on the show. So what do you mean, Nando? You've been on the show.
Oh, Nando. Wow.
Really?
No. What the frick?
Well, guess what, Nando? You are my guest. You are my guest this Sunday because unfortunately, Rootless Destination can't come on this Sunday.
I've been on your show before.
Oh, I know you have. I was joking. No, but Rootless Destination had to cancel, so they won't be there. So we'll get them on in February. But I am looking for somebody to come up on Sunday. But anyways, if Steve's interested, I'd love to bring Steve.
I would.
And we can, I think we're friends on Facebook, right, Steve?
I don't know.
If not,
send me his link and we can talk and we can bring you on Through the Lens and maybe you can go through some of that stuff, some of your evidence and stuff like that. That would be great to do. And so Through the Lens on Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. GMT time. And then obviously the last but not least, and should be the most important, is the Global Ghost Hunt. And we are trying to build that into something successful that can be seen all over the world. And, for teams from every corner of the world that love doing private investigations, paranormal investigations, and get your teams and your locations up there signed up today. And people can see who you are, see your skills, see your techniques. And, it's the first event's in May 4th to the 14th. And the second one is the 19th and the 29th of October. So if you're interested, sign up your team. If you have a haunted location, sign up your location. And we will do our best to try to get a team in there to investigate. But if you have some teams, that's great as well. So I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, that's it.
And that's why half the GGH staff don't sleep because Brian has all of this going on and we don't sleep.
I don't know, but you guys need to hurry. I gotta pee. No, I'm just joking. But go ahead, Aaron.
No, I'm not joking.
Well, I've got a View Beyond magazine. You can see that at avbmagazine.com. It's a free magazine. It is a paranormal magazine that is for the community, by the community. I also have Spectre Radio. I am in the process of getting a few guests lined up for the end of the month and February. If you're in the paranormal and you want to get in the magazine, you can always reach out to me at a viewbeyondmagazine@gmail.com. I'll put in your article. I'll promote your team. I'll promote your podcast, whatever it is. And I also have Gravedigger Production, which is what I've been doing on the side to kind of get, some video work out there and do a lot of promos. So
you're forgetting about one other thing.
What's that?
Your podcast.
Well, I mentioned Spectre Radio.
Did you?
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear you say that. Getting guests lined up for the end of the month and February.
Yeah. I don't want you to forget anything, Aaron.
Thanks,
sorry, excuse me, the shadow.
Either way, it's fine.
That sounds more sneaky. But Nando, go ahead, brother.
So Portal to the Paranormal. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as well. We return next week for the podcast. We've got Bold and Bonkers on with us on the 27th. So we're looking forward to that.
Check out our events, which is www.portaltotheparanormal.co.uk.
And our next And our next event is at Fort Woodley.
Fort Woodley. We also do paranormal confessions for the public. So if you've got your untold story, Jenny.
Me, Jenny, and Sarah have just started up a new page, Paranormal Confessions, Your Untold Story. And the aim of it is to anyone, the viewers that have had experiences that they want to share, they can get in touch with us on the page, and we can share out their stories. They can come on the show, or
we're also going to go out live as well and ask people, just get chatting with them and get them to share their stories. And let's not forget Parapost 2 International. Anybody out there for internationals? We want to put you on a podcast. We want to put you on the show.
So get in touch.
Parapost Network.
Yay! Love it.
You're on mute.
AJ,
you're on mute, AJ.
I like her Parapost marketing better than yours. She sounded great. What the hell happened to you, man? Right? There's a hell of a job with Parapost right there. I like that.
Can I, before you go, and I know, unless Steve is going to say his stuff, or did he already?
I'll get him to say it before we end up going.
Oh, okay. So after he's done, I just want to say one thing.
Sure.
Before we end. Go ahead, Steve.
All right, I'll just run through real quick. You can find me at My Journey Paranormal or SNK Paranormal. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff.
Steve, I got you in speed dial for tomorrow night because I'm using your app tomorrow night. So I got you in speed dial. So I'm going to send you a friend request. So you got.
Well, you know what? If you're going to be doing that, I hope you go live, because then you can show people on your live.
That's what I said earlier. That I'm going to do a live. I'm either going to do a video or I'm going to do it live in the location. And I know this location well, which I would hope this will work well in the location that I'm doing. So, which is I said, we'll either do a private video call. You know, to do it privately and not to have too much expectations on a live. I can do that separately, or I can do it privately with a group of us guys here to see how it works.
Do both. Do one section with a live and do one section with it.
Yeah, I can do both. Yeah, I'd like you to see it firsthand to see how it gets on. We like to go into the location because I know it very well. So yes, I will be doing it tomorrow night. Yes,
that's awesome.
Well, guys, I'm going to friend request you, and so
one more thing I want to say. One more thing before.
Hurry! I gotta pee.
Okay. You should have went to the bathroom before you started.
Or have an empty one of these handy.
You always carry a bottle beside you, just in case.
Aaron, even you put up the bottle of water is making me go.
Wake up, squish, warm water, babbling brook.
I want to say this. I want to thank all of you that are in the room right now. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of you for what you do on Parapost and Parapost 2 and everything you guys do. I was sitting here earlier and I started smiling because of the fact that I think Parapost Network Central has had a little bit to do with this, of all you guys becoming friends. And this is what I love the most. And I appreciate every single one of you and what you do and what you're going to do down the road. And I think all of you are amazing. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you.
Well, I think we can flip. Well, yeah. I think we can also flip the script on that one too, Brian. You know, I think we can all agree that it's because of you that we all met.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely, my man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you guys all, and thank you, Brian, for saying what you said. I really appreciate you. You know that you're my brother, and you guys are all family to me. I'm happy I met all of you. But thank you guys for joining us today. You guys definitely will be coming back on. Jenny, we're going to get you on definitely solo, and Aaron, we already got you set up. So I'll message you after, Jenny, and we'll get it set up. But thank you guys for joining us. And,
AJ.
No, Robin, shut up. I gotta go pee. Shut your mouth.
I want to say one quick thing. While everybody's here, you probably all know by now that I've obviously, unfortunately, had to step away from the Global Ghost Hunt for now, but I will be back. So, Brian, this is for you as well. I will be back. I'm not gone. I'm just in the background for now.
And what did I say to you? And what did I say to you? What did I say to you when we were talking? I said the door is always open for you.
Well, I'm actually holding that door open, waiting.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you do that
Okay.
in style
Cool.
of the
Just don't bring your necrophonic with you.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Every time I laugh, my bladder gets a little bit AG. I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh, listen, we're going right now. So, guys, thank you.
Anyway, I was going to say.
No, shut up.
One more thing.
No.
I'll make AJ piss himself.
I will see you guys. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be putting out about the sticker giveaway and coming on the show giveaway. That's going to be coming
Going to the bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh, I'm leaving. All right, let's go. Let's put this on and get out of here. Goodbye, everybody. Later.
Bye.